Hello everyone, a very pleasant afternoon to all of you. We are in the era of technology. Modern life is highly dependent on online services. Managing and securing e-data is a great challenge to all of us because most of our data and transactions will be stored in computers and other devices. A significant portion of the data can be sensitive information, whether that will be intellectual property, financial data, personal information, or other types of data, for which unauthorized access or exposure could have negative consequences. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, the teaching community also shifted towards online mode. All these make us to realize and understand the importance of cybersecurity. With this intention keeping in mind, as a part of National Cyber Security Awareness Month, October, we, the Department of Mathematics, SJEC, plan to have a session on cybersecurity. We have with us an eminent personality, Sri Dr. Anant Prabhu, cybersecurity and cyber law trainer, to deliver a talk on new generation cyber crimes. I request Ms. Josna D'Souza, Assistant Professor SJEC, to introduce our speaker and to welcome everyone.
Good afternoon to everyone. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome and introduce the resource person, Dr. Anant Prabhuji, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Sahyadri College of Engineering and Management, Mangaluru. Dr. Anant Prabhu has completed his Bachelor of Engineering, Masters of Technology, Doctor of Philosophy, and Postdoctoral Fellow in Computer Engineering. He has also done Masters in Administration in Information Science and Diploma in Cyber Law, where he has got his special interest. He is a trainer for Karnataka Judiciary Academy, Bengaluru, Mangalore City Police, Karnataka Police Academy, Mysore, Police Training School, Gulbarga. He is an administrator for Cybercrime Knowledge Group Judiciary, Cybercrime Knowledge Group Police, Cybercrime Knowledge Group Public Prosecutors. He has conducted 1500 plus workshops and published 20 plus international journals. He is an author for many books, few of which are Cyber Safe Girl Volume 3, Little Black Book for Teachers, Little Black Book for Students, The Text Message That Killed Me, Glorious Bharat Part 1 and 2, and many more. We are indeed privileged to have a person of such wide experience and credentials. We thank you and highly appreciate your virtual presence here with us today. We extend a very warm welcome to you, sir. I also welcome to all participants, faculty members, and students to this webinar. Welcome to one and all present here.
Thank you, Josna Madam. Participants, please note, for any queries and questions, kindly make use of chat box. Feedback link will be shared at the end of the session. E-certificate will be sent to your registered mail after the successful submission of the feedback form. With this, now it's the time to enrich our knowledge about cyber crimes and awareness on cybersecurity. I request Dr. Anant Prabhu to take over the session on new generation cyber crimes. Over to you, sir.
A very good afternoon to all of you. I thank the management and the administration of St. Joseph's College of Engineering for giving me an opportunity to discuss about the new generation cyber crimes. I'm absolutely honored and delighted, and such a pleasure to be here. And especially thanks to all of you for being a part of this session in the afternoon. I know how difficult it is to sit in the afternoon, and that too for a webinar, not a physical class. But nevertheless, thanks for the opportunity once again, and I would try my level best to ensure that I would reflect upon the various new generation cyber crimes and also guide you with the relevant best practices that you will have to follow in order to stay safe and protected. So the whole idea of this workshop is to make you aware about the various cyber crimes, especially the new generation cyber crimes, and the best practices to browse the internet responsibly. And I also would like to thank Jyotsna ma'am for the wonderful introduction. Really honored. Thank you very much, ma'am. And thanks to Pratibha ma'am for coordinating so well and making sure that this workshop happens. So anyways, so let's begin. As the speaker has rightly said, this month, October, is the National Cyber Security Awareness Month. And a lot of initiatives have happened during this month. So, and the best of them, if you ask me, is what the ISEA has done. That is the Information Security Education and Awareness. It is an initiative of the Government of India, which falls under the Department of Electronics and IT. So right since the inception of COVID-19, every day, almost every day, they have come out with these wonderful posters, which I request each one of you to download. Okay, now why download these posters? Because most of us end up sending a lot of unwanted and irrelevant stuffs on WhatsApp, especially the good morning messages or the various messages that we see in the groups. But instead of sending something that is irrelevant, I feel if you could share these messages, you are not only going to keep yourself protected, but also you would be ensuring the safety and the if I have to tell, the well-being of all your near and dear ones by sharing these awareness posters on your social media. So just to give you a little highlights about these posters. So each poster has got two parts. The left side is where they're going to tell you how to take precautions to stay safe from COVID-19. This is about the virus, okay? The virus that has made the lives hell for most of us. So this is about how to stay safe from COVID. And the right side, what you see, is about how to stay safe from the various cyber crimes. So they put in a lot of thought process to come out with these posters, all right? So I want you people to visit the ISEA website and download these posters. So anybody can download it even without registering. And if you want help, I have also put a QR code here. So what you can do is you can either take a snapshot of this QR code, okay, and then open it on a QR code reader. Maybe you can open it on Google Lens and then you would be redirected to that site. Or if you are watching this on a desktop, probably you can take your mobile phone and you can just scan this QR code. So let me see who scans it first. So the person who scans it first, I request you to put it in the comment section that I have scanned. Nobody has scanned so far. So I'm just waiting to see who is the first person who's going to scan it. Okay, so Arun sir has scanned. So congratulations, Arun sir. You are really quick and you are the fastest. So I will definitely give you a prize. I'll give you a prize after this workshop. I request you to just drop a text to me. But then the whole point here is never ever scan QR codes. Okay, never ever scan QR codes because you never know what these are. Okay, now you're seeing something here where there is a QR code, but you don't know what it is, where it is going to take you, whether it would activate your pay wallets and make you, transfer money to somebody, or it would go to some porn website, or it may go to a relevant website. You have no idea. After you scan, what happens? You directly go there, and most of these QR codes that you see are with the URL shorteners. Now, when I talk about URL shorteners, it can be a bit.ly or goo.gl. So it can be any of these URL shorteners. And what happens is you actually don't know where it goes. And let me tell you, my dear friends, there is this attack which is called as drive-by download. All right. So it's called drive-by downloads. Now, in this attack, what the hacker can do is to scan the QR code. Okay, get this point very clearly. you scan the QR code. Once you scan the QR code, the automatically, without you doing anything, in the back end, a malware would get installed on your digital device. It can be a laptop, it can be a desktop, it can be a cell phone, it can be any of these devices. A malware would get installed. And when this malware gets installed, you would not know that the malware is installed, because this technique is called as drive-by downloads. All you need to do is just open the website, and in the back end, it gets installed. And among the people that I've met, out of the 100 people, 98 or 99 of them do not have antivirus installed on their cell phones. Okay, now let me see in the chat box. How many of you have paid antivirus on your cell phone? Please say, I have. Paid antivirus. When I talk about paid antivirus, it can be Avast, it can be Norton, McAfee, it can be anything. Okay, so Prajwal More has got, I think it's More or More, I don't know. But anyways, Prajwal ji, you also get a prize from me. So after the workshop, you will have to just drop a text to me. So I'm glad that, see, there are 435 people who have enrolled for this workshop. And then just 3 of them have told that they have, which very clearly tells that it is lesser than 99%, isn't it? Now, what happens if you do not have an antivirus, paid antivirus on your cell phone? What will happen is, it would not alert you. It would not give you an alert when this drive-by download happens. And the drive-by download usually is a keylogger. Now, what is a keylogger? It is a software that's available for free on the Google. You can just go to Google and type keylogger, and you will get this software. If you install this keylogger on anybody's digital device, it can be a phone, it can be a laptop, it can be any device, whatever they do, whatever they type, whatever they visit, whichever sites they try to log in, one copy of the keystrokes that they have typed and a copy of the screenshots comes to you, which means you have access to their entire device. And trust me, my dear friends, most of your phones must have been infected by keyloggers. You wouldn't know, and you will get to know only when you do a full scan by installing one of the antiviruses. Otherwise, you would not understand that, because I have many people who come up to me and tell me, sir, I feel that somebody is getting all the messages that I'm sending. They are understanding my next move. They are tracking on me. They know where I've visited. They know which are the sites I've accessed. They know which are the movies I've watched. Now, how is this possible? How can they get to know what I'm doing? Well, they get to know because I feel maybe 90% of the times it is because they have installed keyloggers, and 10% it can be just a mere guesswork, or probably they have done shoulder smurfing, maybe, probably. But this is one of the reasons. So beware before you scan QR codes, and the technique is called as drive-by downloads. All right. Okay. So let's go to the next one. Now, I presume that you remember when maybe about 15 or 20 years back, when you were at home, when you were having the the telephone call. Okay, you had a telephone. When you just received the receiver and you did not speak anything, or you did not dial any number, you could hear somebody talking, isn't it? This is called as a crosstalk. How many of you have heard this? How many of you have heard? You just take the yes, many of you. And I think the crosstalk even works with the mobile phone also, isn't it? Many a times you try to call somebody and the call goes to somebody else, or you just listen and you can hear somebody else talking. So this is called as the crosstalk. So right now we have all evolved from landline hacking to cryptojacking. Okay, so this is the era that we are in. Landline hacking, where people used to hack the landline, and we have gone to cryptojacking. Now, how does this work? So right from the 1990s, the generation 1 till the generation 5, right now we are in the generation 5, where large scale multi-vector and mega attacks are happening. So this is the era which is the era of cybercrime, because it is a multi-billion-dollar industry right now. So we need to be very much aware. Let us see what are those different attacks in the generation 5. I'm not going to talk about the common types of attacks where the cyber criminals are there, the hacktivists are there. state-sponsored attacks or the insider threats. But I'm going to talk about the new generation attacks. So in the 1995, a kid was very happy flying a kite, but in 2020, the same kid is flying a drone. Isn't it so? I presume that you know in your house, if there is a small kid, without giving the iPad or without giving the digital device, he or she would not eat food. You will have to give them, and they know exactly which website to visit and video to watch on YouTube. Now, how is this possible? Because the Generation Z or the millennials, these people are very intelligent and they know what to do. They know how to access these digital devices. But the biggest problem here is, let me tell you the biggest problem. We have upgraded. I know in the 2010, you could see a helicopter, you could see a pilot, a cameraman, a camera, see all these things which has got replaced by a single drone in 2020, and these drones even need not have a remote pilot because they can be autonomous. You can program what it has to do, you can specify the boundary, you can tell which are the GPS locations that it needs to visit and what are the photographs that it needs to take, and boom, the drone can just fly, take the necessary steps that you have asked it to do, whatever you're programmed, and come back to you. So this is 2020. But the biggest problem is, as all of you know, we were all waiting to become to turn 18, isn't it so? Now, why 18? Because when we are 18, we have the right to vote. We also get the privilege to drive a car or ride a two-wheeler. Now, why does this happen? Because if you have to drive a car in India or if you have to ride a two-wheeler, you are expected to understand the Indian Motor Vehicle Act. You are expected to give a learner's license test. You are expected to clear the art exam, and finally you will get a license. Without the license, you are not eligible to go and ride your bike or drive your car. But the problem here is you have to be 18 in order to ride or drive. But what about the internet? Even a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old would be is using internet. And do they know about the cyber laws? So my question for the audience here is, how many of you know the name of the cyber law of India? So what is the name? Because for example, for children, you have the POXO Act, you have the Bankers Act. So there are different acts. So which is the act that governs the cyber law in India? Can anybody answer this? Let me just see. Again, the winner gets a prize. Information Act. Okay. Anybody else? I don't know why are you taking so much time, because all you can do is just go to Google and type which is the cyber law for India, and you would have got the answer. Well, now we are getting the answers because probably the internet is pretty slow there in Bangalore. I'm in Bangalore right now. I don't know because now we are getting the answer. It is the IT Act, Information Technology Act, which came into existence in the year 2000, and ever since then it has been revised, and 2008, and the revision has happened, but the revision has not happened even till date with considering the various cyber crimes. I'm pretty sure you know about it, but even though it is pretty good enough. And so in the year 2020, we have about 4.58 billion people on the internet, and the world population is about 7.4 billion. So we have more than half of the people. So which means for the hackers, just with a click of the mouse, he or she can access the accounts of 4.58 billion without even walking one step out of their house. Now, why is this possible? Because of the internet, and 305 billion emails sent, 3.5 billion Google searches done. So internet is an integral part of life. And today I was having a chat with one of my closest friends. His name is Vivek Shetty. And he was telling me, Anand, the day you do not use your social media, you're not using your mobile phone, and you're not using internet, if you don't do these three things, it is as good as you are dead. So I think whatever he said is right, because just see this, don't use your internet and anything for 1 month, and people would think that you are no more. And this is how we are living in this virtual world. Now, an exercise for all of you. How many of you, now that you know that the internet has got 1 trillion URLs and so much of information is there and everything. Now the question is, how many of you have done a search on yourself in the internet? Please put I have, not right now, not right now. I wanted to see how many of you have done even before I've talked about this. Like, for example, if your name is okay, Aishwarya Aishu, okay, Shri Ramananda HS. So have you done that, sir? You've put Ramananda HR or Maitri Hebbar or Daniel Loy. Have you put your name, and have you seen what is the information that you can get? Okay, so some of you have. Fantastic, fantastic. Some of them haven't. That's okay. I appreciate if you haven't, because it takes courage to tell that I haven't. But I'm glad that there are people here who are telling about that. But anyways, now let me tell you, there is a technology which is called as OSINT, OSINT, which stands for Open Source Intelligence. I repeat, OSINT, Open Source Intelligence. So now what am I going to do is, I'm just going to give you 3 information. Oh, Maitri found her photos on GitHub. Okay, okay. So I'm just going to give you 3 information here. Geoffrey Bruin, okay, that's his name. You know that he cycles, and you know that he's from Netherlands. So just 3 data. Geoffrey Bruin, he cycles, and he's from Netherlands. So now let's see how much information can we access just with these 3 stuffs. All right. Now, for a hacker, he would be well versed with all the things that are happening in the internet. Okay, so when I talk about well versed, he knows certain things. For example, if somebody is cycling, he knows that. If somebody is cycling, he knows that. There is this website called as Strava. Okay, I don't know how many of you cycle. Is there anybody who cycles here in today's workshop? Cycling enthusiasts? Okay, so Yashwanji, Ramanaji, okay, they're all cycling. So probably they know that Strava is one of the best websites in the world, which every cyclist uses. Okay, now I go to this website called Strava and I type Geoffrey Bruin. See the information that I get. I get to know that I knew he's from Netherlands, but I get to know that he's from Hilo, Netherlands. Okay, he bicycles weekly. And then 17th March 2015 was his last ride, and the duration was 1.5 hours approximately. And I also have the route map. Okay, now with this route map, if I know that every Tuesday he goes on this particular route, probably I can stand somewhere and wait for him to shoot him, isn't it? But then I'm not going to shoot him, because by shooting him, I would make it evident that I am the person who has killed him. But there are so many ways through which I can finish him off even without shooting. Let us see how things are these days. Okay, so through Strava, I got so much of information. Now I have his name. I'm going to search for him on Twitter. I get to know his ID is Geoffrey 1981, which very clearly tells that his year of birth is 1981. Isn't it so? So it is time for most of you. The other day, I asked a girl, what is your age? Okay, and she told me, you should not ask girls their age. I said, okay, I will not ask. I said, what is your email ID? So she said, my email ID is aishwarya1993@gmail.com. I said, thank you, ma'am. I know your age right now. Isn't it? So that is how it works. So we are all using the year of birth in our email ID. So we have to be very cautious, especially the Insta handles, your Facebook handles, and things like that. Number one. And then you can see his location, the Alkmaar, and you will also get to know his website. He's got his own blog there. You know, when he has joined, you get some photos. See how much of information. And also by doing something called as a sentiment analysis, there are various tools for that. If you can just put his Twitter there, it will tell you what kind of a person he is, whether he likes men, he likes women, whether he likes the left wing or the right wing, what is his orientation, everything. You know, you can get A to Z information just by doing sentiment analysis. Now I go to the yellow pages, I put his name, and I get his home address. Now look at this. I get his home address. So just with that 3 information, I also get to know his neighborhood, who are the people staying near him, where is his house, everything. All right. So I got that through Street View. I can even get to know the exact image of how things are. Then I go to LinkedIn. In LinkedIn, I get to know where he's working, where he has worked earlier, which college he has studied, who are his classmates, which batch he has passed out. So A to Z information I can get about him with all the three data that I needed: his name, his place, and you can also give one extra information like he likes cycling or likes something. So this is how Oscent works. Now let me get to the Facebook. I go to the Facebook. I also get to know whom he's married to, whether he has got children, the photos that he has uploaded, his friends, his our mutual friends, all the details we can get it. Which now look at this. I got to know that probably this girl there must be his girlfriend or probably his wife, and they've got a children. They've got a child. So you can get any information that you want. This is called as OSINT. OSINT is open source intelligence. So the first thing I request each one of you to do is, I want you to go to Google and I want you to search your name and try to see what information that you get. Put your mobile number and see if there is somebody who has used your mobile number somewhere. Because the other day, what somebody had done was he had put his faculty's mobile number in a porn website, and the message was, "I'm available, please call me." And poor faculty was getting on and on calls from various people asking for the rate and asking whether she's interested to come and things like that. So things can get very, very bad. Therefore, you have to search, and the minute you get to know that your information is there somewhere, you can always request them. You can instruct that particular website to get it removed, and they have to oblige. They can't say we're not going to remove it. And it's very dangerous, my dear friends watching this webinar. It is very dangerous to put your personal photos also. Now you might think, I have put this photo, what is there? The entire world has got about 70 or 72% of water. What will happen? Nobody would get to know where this was clicked, isn't it? Okay, so my phone number is in anti-ragging committee. No, that's okay if it is there in the college website. Okay, but it is recommended, sir, you have two numbers. One is for your personal number, one is official number. Okay, so personal number, you make sure that it doesn't come anywhere. And if it is official number, it doesn't matter. Tomorrow you leave the college or somebody else takes over, then they get that particular number. So that's official, and everything gets official there. But here I'm talking about the personal numbers. We have to be very careful, sir. Okay. Now look at this. When the other day I put this photo and I said it was clicked in Maldives, and people believed. They said, "Wow, Maldives, so nice, water is green," and things like that. But then there was one intelligent boy. What he did was he just downloaded this particular photo and he opened it on this website called as Pic2Map. Absolutely. See, Samyak knows it. So just open it on Pic2Map and you get to know it is not Maldives, but it was taken in Kollam Beach. Okay, so I was in Kerala and I had clicked this photo. So many of them believed that it was taken there. Now, the whole idea is not about how many people are fooled. The idea here is, whenever you put your photos outside your house, it is an invite for the hackers to tell, "See, my house is here. Please come and do whatever you want." Okay, so therefore, you have to be very, very, very cautious before putting photos where you're standing outside your house or neighborhood, because it is as good as putting your address location on the internet. So be very careful with this. So I just repeat, any photos that you've uploaded, you can just put it on pic2map.com and it would tell you where it is clicked, if that is provided. This particular photo that you have uploaded has got the GPS coordinates. Now, most of the phones these days have GPS, and most of the cameras also have got GPS. So GPS inadvertently, it gets embedded in the photographs. But if the photo does have GPS, you may think that the hacker would not be able to guess the place. Again, you are absolutely wrong. There are different ways to do that. I will tell you in some time how to get the location of places which does not have the GPS coordinates. So just to give you a quick overview, our internet, the 100% of the internet, whatever you see on Google, anything that's indexed by search engines is just the 4%. So if you the millions of websites, that's just the 4%. 90% is the deep web, which is not indexed. For example, the emails in your inbox. I don't think so anybody can do a Google search and check, for example, if I just put the principal SJEC emails, just show it to me, Google. If I put, I will not get it because the emails are exclusively only it's password protected, and only those people who have the username and password can access. So this is called as a deep web, where you cannot access it. It's not for the public to access. So this is called deep web. And then you have the next 6%, which is called the dark web. We'll be not looking into this, but just to give you a brief input, dark web is where usually the bad things happen of the internet, and it is encrypted internet, and you cannot just open it on any of the regular browsers. You need a special browser called as a Tor browser to access the dark web. And all the websites on the dark web, they don't have a .com, .in, .net, .co.in domain extensions, but their domain extensions are .onion. Okay, so any website that you see having a .onion extension, that is a dark web website. All right, so now I told you that time, you please do a quick Google search about yourself. Now let me tell you the tips how to hack Google. Okay, so this is called as Google Docs. Now the Google Docs is where you manipulate the Google searches. So if I just put my name as Anant Prabhu, probably I'll get just whatever the results Google shows me, but I can get more results about me. How to get that is by this way. Now I can search my name as Anant Prabhu. I can give the quotes and search as Anant Prabhu, Prabhu, A Prabhu. So that way I can give different combinations and try to check, because my name is Anant Prabhu Gurpur. It is not that all websites would have put my news as Anant Prabhu Gurpur. Some would have put AP Gurpur or Anant Gurpur, or so it depends upon how people put their information on the internet. Therefore, you will have to try various permutations and combinations in order to search, number one. Number two is you need to know the different operators. Now, when I talk about operators, now look at the first one. If I give site cia.gov, which means Google is only going to search that particular site. For example, you want to search what news or what articles about you has appeared in DigiWorld. Okay, DigiWorld is a very popular website which most of us use. So you can just put site and you give digiworld.com and you give Anand Prabhu. So it will show you the news of Anand Prabhu on DigiWorld. Or you're searching for a PDF file. Many of the faculties keep searching for the lecture notes. So instead of putting information technology lecture notes or web technology lecture notes, you can just put file type :PDF and the lecture notes, or file type PPT lecture notes. So only the PPT files, only the PDF files you can download it. So this way you can use various operators which will help you to extract more information. For that, I request you to scan the QR code and you will get the advanced search operators of Google hacking, that is Google Docs. So I request you to scan the QR code. I don't think so anybody would want to scan the QR codes, especially after the wonderful introduction that you have seen about the QR codes. So the best thing that you can do is you just take a screenshot of this, and you have the link there, open it on. Absolutely, Aaron D'Souza, thank you. Yeah, I told not to scan, so you're not scanning. I'm glad that you remember. So you can just click on that link there below, and I know you can't click it right away. So what you need to do is just take a screenshot of this, open it on Google Lens, and automatically that particular would show up. You can just click it a little later. Is it okay? I presume that you must have all taken the screenshot of this particular page if you're interested for this. And I would also appreciate, after this workshop, if you can search about yourself, make a report about what information about you is available on the Google, and probably you can just mail it across to me so that I will just see how well you have got into the Google and try to get more inputs about you. Okay, so the whole idea here is, how do hackers hack? Okay, so we have seen that hackers are using different methods in order to hack. So some of the methods the hackers use, it can be a brute force attack where they try different combinations of passwords, or it can be a injection attack where they try to put some content through the URL, or they would attack the database, or they would use a keylogger. So there are various ways. They can use a rootkit. There are various ways through which the hacker can hack. But remember, my dear friends, 90% of the hackers don't use such methods. Okay, it's only the 10%, and I don't think so such hackers would want to get into your system using such complicated techniques, because they usually do that where they can get a lot of money, or they can get publicity and things like that. But the hackers who are in fact trying to hack into our systems, they usually use a technique which is called as the social engineering method. We will see what this is and how it particularly it works. But before that, let me tell you about the human brain. How our human brain works. All of us have got one human brain, isn't it so? So that human brain, the brain that we have, is so the decision making usually happens in two ways. Okay, one is called as a system one, other one is called as system two. For example, unconscious emotion is the system one. Now what exactly is this? Let me tell you. You see a friend coming. Okay, you're meeting that friend after say about a year or two, and you look at the friend and suddenly you just hug that friend. Okay, now you have not told your brain that I have to hug that friend and I'm going to hug that friend. No, this happens unconsciously or subconsciously, I should say. So this is called as the unconscious emotion, system one. And the system two is a conscious thinking. For example, you meet somebody for the first time, and you decide whether you should extend your hand for shaking hands, or whether you should wait for that person to extend the hand. So I'm just giving you a very simple example how the system one and the system two happens. Okay, so this is how the unconscious emotion and the conscious thinking happens. System one and system two. Now, system one is very fast. You're not thinking. It's involuntary and it's associative. Okay, so whatever you have fed, as per that, the particular decisions happen. System two is slow. It is controlled and rule following. So implicit responses, explicit responses. So these are the two types of responses that your decision-making process happens. Now, everybody knows that you should not give your ATM pin to anyone, or you should not give the ATM to the 16 digits on your ATM to anybody. But then let us assume that you are in between something. You are in a meeting, or you are driving, and suddenly you get a call from a bank where they tell you, sir, we have noticed that 4 lakh rupees from your account has got siphoned off because of a cyber crime. There is a criminal sitting in Africa who has done this, and in order to protect your account, we request your card details so that we can just block it. So the first thing that you're going to do is the unconscious emotion, where you want your account to be blocked. You are not going to think whether I should give the card details or not. The first thing you're going to do is tell your card details, and later you would understand that, oh my God, I have fallen prey to this particular cyber crime. So this is how the hackers are using the human psychology to manipulate people and try to con them, try to cheat them, and try to get the information. So some of the social engineering techniques that are used. So, shoulder surfing. Now, what is this shoulder surfing? When somebody is typing the password or trying to log in, you just stand behind them and you just look into the keystrokes. Or it can be a dumpster diving. We will see what it is. And many other things, phishing, role playing, reverse social engineering, all these things we will see it in some time. But let me just tell you this. How many of you have this particular screen on your laptops or on your desktops or even on your mobile phones, which are called as the windscreen privacy filters? It costs only about 3,500 rupees. Now, what will happen if you have this screen is, only if you're sitting in front of the laptop, the people who are sitting right in front of the laptop can see what is there in the laptop. The person sitting next to you will not be able to see what you're doing on your laptop. So this is very important, especially when you're doing something confidential, when you don't want the other person to see what you're doing. Let us assume this, you are in the staff room and you're typing the question paper, and there is a student who is standing right behind and trying to see which questions you're typing. Now, if you don't want that student to see, all you need to do is just put this windscreen privacy filter, and then nobody other than you will get access to this particular laptop screen or the desktop screen. Is there anybody here who is using windscreen privacy filters? Anyone? No one. Okay, good. So probably you're not doing anything that is, what should I say, that is very private or very secret. Nevertheless, so nobody's using. Okay, now look at this. I presume that you must have seen a small dustbin kind of a machine in some of the offices. What you can do there is take your the important files or the files that you want to discard, just put it in that particular machine, and it's going to make it into small pieces. We call that as a shredder. Exactly. So what shredder usually does is it shreds CDs, it shreds papers, it can shred most of the things. Now, let me tell you this. The other day, when my team, they visited one particular office, so that guy saw that, the team has come. All he did was took that important file that we wanted to confiscate, and he just put it into the shredder. He put it into the shredder. And when my team went there and when they saw that, they're like, sir, the whole thing is shredded. I said, don't worry, because he has shredded it and he's thinking that we will not be able to retrieve it. But we are living in the age of AI and ML, wherein there is a software which you can download called as Unshredder. Okay, it's called as Unshredder. All you need to do is keep that pieces of shredded papers and take a picture. Just take a picture of the shredded pieces of paper, and voila, you get that particular document back. Isn't it fantastic? So this is how Unshredder works. This is how it uses AI, it uses ML, and it tries to reconstruct the entire document from pieces of paper. So then somebody told me, sir, I think the only alternative here is we need to just burn that paper. Isn't it so? So because if it is shredded, then probably you can get that data back. So now let me talk about 15 cyber crimes. Okay, let me talk about, so I'll take the next half an hour for this. 15 cyber crimes, the new generation cyber crimes. So the common one which is happening off lately is all the police people, their fake profiles are created. I'm pretty sure that many of you must have got requests from a lot of police officers these days. They're all fake profiles. And then what they do is, the first thing that they're going to do is ask for money. They're going to send you a message and tell that I need 2,000 rupees urgently, or 5,000, 8,000 rupees. They're not going to ask a large quantum of money, but they're going to ask little money so that you don't get a doubt. And trust me, there are thousands of people who have fallen prey to this particular type of an attack, because they feel that the police officer who is actually working for the nation, the COVID warrior or whatever you call them, so they want to help them because they feel giving 2,000 as a seva it's not a problem at all, even if that officer doesn't return it back. But here, in fact, it is not the officer who is getting the money, but it is a cyber criminal. So this is called as the fake profiles. And of many teachers, of many people also, fake profiles are done and friend requests are sent. Now, the biggest problem that's happening right now is when these friend requests are sent, you need to understand that it is a crime as per the IT Act, Information Technology Act, 66C, which invites 3 years of imprisonment or 1 lakh rupees fine. Now, the biggest problem here is because we keep our profiles public. We keep our profiles public, and because of that, it is easy for the hacker to download the photos. Many of us have tagged us. Their profiles are public, so the photos can be downloaded. So we need to make sure that we take relevant care. So the second type of an attack is, what is this? Can anybody tell me what is this? Let me see if someone can answer. What is this? It's a coffee machine. Very good. Okay. Anybody else? What is it? It's a 3D printer. Okay. Let me see a last guess. Anyone? Does it look like a television? No. All right, so it's a coffee machine, but this coffee machine has been infected with a ransomware. Now, what exactly is a ransomware? A ransomware is a type of an attack wherein all the files of your system or your device gets locked, and the hacker is going to ask you money. You pay money to the hacker, and he tells you to unlock it, you have to give me money. And this way, if you pay the money also, there is no guarantee that the hacker would give the key to unlock it. So because many a times people have given money, and again the hacker have demanded more money. So this is how the vicious cycle is. But nevertheless, this attack happened, I think about 10 days back, where coffee machines all over the world, the machine called smarter coffee machines, which are internet connected machines, were hacked. And that particular devil's picture had come there, and then it was told, unless and until you pay money to the hacker, we will not give you coffee. So the coffee machine was made useless, and people could not access it. So this is how the ransomware is. Not only to your mobile phones and laptops, ransomware is also attacking your coffee machines. Okay, and recently, yes, I think Suzanne Roshan, the ex-wife of my most favorite actor, Hrithik Roshan, her Insta account was hacked. So how was it hacked? Because she got an email which she believed is from Instagram, and she clicked on it, and the account got hacked. So this type of an attack, the same method is used even for the giving the ransomware, downloading the ransomware. So can anybody tell me what is that term used where you click on a link or click on an email and automatically the download happens? Automatically, without you doing anything, the download happens. What is it called? Phishing. No. It's not phishing. No, it is drive-by downloads. I told you, where you just click on a link and the download happens. Okay, it's called drive-by downloads. All right. So, my dear friends, in the year 2019, every 14 seconds, one person was a victim of ransomware. It's crazy, isn't it? So if you think that I am invincible or I will not be attacked, you're absolutely wrong. Every 14 seconds, people were attacked with ransomware, because we are all using IoT, Internet of Things. Even the bulb in your house, most of the houses these days are internet connected, where you must have seen that couple changing the color of the bulb and having dinner and dancing. So this is how things are happening right now. You can switch on your AC with your mobile phone. You can open the gate with your mobile phone. So everything is internet connected. And the other day I saw a refrigerator at Reliance Digital, where he told me, even if you're in the USA, you can sit and open the app and you can see what exactly is there inside the fridge. I said, how? He said, because there are cameras in the fridge and you can access it from anywhere. So you get to know whether your mother has cooked food or not. I said, this is great. What else does your thing have, the fridge have? So he said, the fridge has got the egg trays. You've seen the egg trays, right? You can keep 8 eggs or 12 eggs. So he said, you can keep 12 eggs in that tray. And the minute you remove 8 eggs, the fridge gets to know that you're running short of eggs, and automatically the fridge sends an SMS to your mobile phone telling that eggs are getting empty, so eggs are getting exhausted. So it is time to order more eggs from Reliance Fresh or Amazon Fresh, I don't know. So this is the era that we are living in, the IoT, where even our watches are connected, our shoes are connected, everything is connected. So but the problem with these connections are how safe and secure are these connections. Because the other day, a couple in the US, they bought this particular watch. Is there anybody here who uses Fitbit? Fitbit, anyone? Fitness freaks? Nobody uses Fitbit? Or okay, there are people who are using Fitbit and these other. I think many of you are the rich people here who are using the iWatches. Okay, Fossil, iWatch. Okay, no problem. So whatever you use, so Garmin, okay, so Akash, let's be friends. I know you've got lots of money. Okay, Akash. So you have these watches. So the couple bought together the watch, and they were having the couple goals. The couple goals was we need to work out together and stuff like that. And one day this guy goes to some other place on a business trip, and when the girl logged into the system, she could see at 4 o'clock in the morning unusually high activity going on in his particular device. So I don't know what was he doing at 4 o'clock in the morning. So they had to break up because she got to know that he was cheating on her. Okay, so this is how things were. And then when I was taking this workshop somewhere else, somebody asked me, "Sir, what was this guy doing at 4 o'clock in the morning?" I said, "I don't know. Probably Surya Namaskar, isn't it?" So I don't know what was he doing. But talking about Surya Namaskar, I don't know if you are doing Surya Namaskar. I heard it is good for COVID. But, jokes apart. So you need to make sure that you take care of your digital devices, especially the privacy part of it, because more than 6 billion fake email IDs are sent every day. 6 billion, that's almost the population of the world. 6 billion fake email IDs are emails are sent every day. And many of you are talking about phishing, that is sending a fake email. Similarly, if I just send dear guest, you have won so and so, you know that it is phishing because that mail has been sent to 5,000 people. Now if the email was like dear Rashmi, there is Rashmi madam also, I think I've seen her answering some questions. So dear Rashmi, you have won 5,000 rupees. Now this looks very personal, where she feels that the email has been sent to me. So that is called as spear phishing. And then you have something called as whaling, where only the top level executives are attacked, so that the entire ecosystem can be attacked because of that. This is called whaling. For example, CEOs or principals of the organization, all these people. All right. So this is phishing, spear phishing, and whaling. And for those of you who are interested to know more about cyber crimes and all that, so I request you to please visit cybersafegirl.com website. And there is a free course till this month end only. It is free. So you can go through the course, take the certification, and it's going to help you a lot. Trust me. Okay. And for this project, I was also awarded as one of the 30 unsung heroes of India in the year 2019 by India Today magazine. So I repeat, it is cybersafegirl.com. Okay. So 30 different crimes you can see, but we'll be discussing about some other 15 crimes. And the web root threat report says that more than 1/3 of the websites are unsafe. Okay, 1/3 of the URLs. You click on URLs, right? So more than 1/3 of them are unsafe. And if you want to actually know that whether a URL is safe or not, the website you're going to visit is safe or not, please visit this website called as Virus Total. I repeat, Virus Total. So just go to www.virustotal.com and put any link that you get there. It will tell you whether it is safe, whether you can actually visit it or not. Okay, and this is the era where when you go to a hotel, you get this the menu card, right, where they tell you lemonade or the pizza and paneer butter masala or whatever, you know how much it costs. Similarly, menu cards are there for hacking. Yes, we are living in an era where cyber crime is offered as a service. I know that the computer science people know about this: software as a service, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service. Similarly, you have cyber crime as a service, a new type of service where you can hack anybody's email for $500, you can hack anybody's cell phone for $300, you can hack anybody's social media for $230. So very cheap, you can hack any accounts for very, very less. Just imagine what havoc it would be if somebody hacks into your WhatsApp, isn't it? I know there are so many chats that are private and even more private on most of our WhatsApp chats, isn't it? So be very careful and make sure that in your WhatsApp, go to the settings and enable the pin. I repeat, enable PIN, because otherwise what will happen if somebody tries to hack in, like what anybody can do is they can install WhatsApp on their phone, okay, and they can put your mobile number there. OTP comes to your mobile and they can just give you a call and tell adu OTP kodi namge, or give us the OTP, and you give the OTP to them. All your WhatsApp goes to his phone or her phone. Okay, so they get access to all the chats and your photos and videos and everything. So they get access to it. Be very careful with this type of WhatsApp takeover kind of a cyber crime. So for that not to happen, what they've done is they've put a pin, a 4-digit pin or a 6-digit pin. You can use a different pin if you use the pin. So even if somebody gets the OTP, they will not be able to access it without the pin. So coming to the third one, there's a girl and a guy who are in a relationship, and the guy tells her, please send me one photo before I go to sleep. And the girl says, no. He tells, oh, this much will you trust me? And, emotional atyachar. And finally she says, okay, TK, I'll send the photo. And she sends. And I'm pretty sure that the people watching this particular webinar, everybody has sent photos. Is there anybody here, the sadhu types, who has not sent? I don't think so. Everybody has sent. Very good. So congratulations, clap hands to each one of you. So now that you have sent your photos, most of the photos that was sent were on WhatsApp. And please remember, the most unsafe messaging platform in this world is WhatsApp. So if you want real security, oh, Abhishek is not sent. Superb, man. You deserve a Bharata Ratna. Okay. So if you want a real safe application for sending messages and videos and photos, then Vital Kamath sir is also good, sir. Good. I lot to learn from you, sir. So you have Silent Circle, you have Red Phone, you have OSTEL, Chat Secure, Signal. How many of you heard of these safest apps? Raise your hands. Say yes, I have. No one. Unfortunately, all the terrorists are using this. Oh, Cyril Joseph, sir, using Signal. Are you working for the CIA, sir? RAW? Okay, so yeah, many of you. Good. So I'm glad. Superb. In my last webinar. Okay, so wonderful. So this is about the apps. Last year you have told. Yes. I always tell, because in spite of telling, people are still using WhatsApp only. What to do? Keep telling. So the fourth one. So this is about a type of attack called as tab napping. Okay, remember, it's called tab napping. So here what happens is you open 10-15 tabs on your Chrome. I know that many of you do it, and the ones who are using mobile also, open your Chrome and see how many tabs are open. You will be shocked. 45, 50, 60. That is one of the main reasons why your battery also gets drained. Okay, so you can use the tab nap. You can open many tabs. What hacker can do is he can just randomly, he can open one tab. He can open a new tab, and you would not know that the new tab has opened. And the new tab would look like Gmail. See the below image there, you can see the Gmail written. You think it is Gmail, and the entire page is a fake login page, which looks like Gmail. Everything is the same. But see the website. The website is actingsafe.com. So this is basically a fake login page which the attackers use. And many of us, we don't read the URL. What we do is we see, okay, the page is open and we are just going to access it. And in the browser also, many a times what happens is the URL gets, I should say, it gets it goes to the top. Have you seen that? It goes to the top. Only when you press, it comes down, because they use a full screen approach. A responsive approach is used. So to be very careful whenever you open any browser, any website, just see the URL. This is very, very important. So this is called as tab napping, and many have fallen prey to this particular attack. So coming to the next one. So here, now you can see this beautiful girl who has sent a request. I always tell people, whenever, for the boys especially, whenever a beautiful girl sends you a friend request, do not accept him. I repeat, whenever a beautiful girl sends you a friend request, do not accept him, because many a times these images that people use are all fake profiles, and they are just sending requests to you for two reasons. One, to increase their friends and then convert that into a page and have more likes. And the second one that they do is they want to take over your account. Okay. So now the whole idea here is, The other day, one guy gets, not one guy, many of them get one message from a girl telling that, I want to do a video chat with you. And the guy says, okay, video chat, TK. And she comes on chat. And the first thing that she does, she opens her top, and this guy looks at her, and even he gets more excited. Even he opens. And finally, after the call ends, she sends a message telling that I have recorded this entire chat conversation video call, and I'm going to make it viral. I'm going to send it to all your friends. I'm going to put it on YouTube. I'm going to put it on social media everywhere. Nimdeneಲ್ಲ ಮಾನ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ತೆಗಿತೇನೆ, things like that. Now people get scared. Trust me, I know personally, I know more than 25 people in Mangalore who have fallen prey to this attack, and all over Karnataka. If you ask, don't ask, my dear friends. So many people have fallen prey to this particular attack, and then they ask for money, and the minute you pay that 8,000 rupees what they ask, then every week they're going to ask, because they know that you are a cow which can be milked regularly. So they keep asking, and after that person had spent about 50 or 60,000, then finally he'll go to the police and give a complaint. So my sincere request for all of you is, if anybody comes for a video chat whom you don't know, please, for God's sake, don't do video chat with anyone. Sixth one. Look at this. This is a original photo, the left side one, and the right one is a morphed photo. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that you must have seen many film actresses. The photos are morphed, especially the porn sites where they put somebody's face and somebody's body. Now this guy has gone the next level only. He has stood next to Modi ji giving photos. Okay, so you know that it's a morphed photo. But these days, just this photo, is this morphed or real? Me and Modi ji. Can anybody tell? Real? Morphed? Real? Thank you for the love and support. Thank God nobody has said fake. Okay. Okay. So now look at this. With just your photo, I can create a video. With just your photo, I can create a video. And this is called as a deep fakes. Okay. So this is called deep fakes. This is a new generation crime where I can create a video from a photo. Very, very dangerous. Okay. So the minute you put more high resolution photos, I can create videos of that. So this is called deep fake. So be very careful. I tell people, don't put high resolution photos on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere, because these can be used against you for morphing the photo or making a video out of it. So coming to the seventh one. The other day, a friend of mine, she got a message telling that, I think the girls know about this MAC products, and each lipstick costs, it looks like a lipstick. Probably it's more like a bullet, because it costs, it makes a hole in your pocket. So the, one lipstick, I think about 3,000, 4,000 bucks, I don't know. So she got a message telling that 10 lipsticks, MAC lipsticks worth 35 or 40,000 bucks, you're getting it for just 3,000 bucks. And Amazon link was there, Amazon. And she was so happy because it's not from some fake websites, it's from Amazon. And she clicks on that Amazon website and she orders and she pays the money, 3,000 gets deducted. And 1 week over, 2 weeks over, she does not get the product. So she calls up Amazon and finds out like why my product has not come. And then she realizes that the link that she had pressed was fake, because this is called as the homographic domain attack. Called the homographic domain attack. Now you can see the 3 links there. Tracksoft. Which one is the real Tracksoft? Which one? I'm pretty sure that nobody can answer this because everything looks the same. But if you see the COM, the O is different in the first and the third and the second one. Okay, so Abhishek also had the same experience. Yeah, so this is called the homographic attack. I am pretty sure that on your mobile phones, when you're typing something, for example, when you are, like for example, I type something, I don't know if you can see, you hold on the button A. Okay, you hold on the button A. About 10 different types of A would come up, isn't it? So because English can be written in Latin and can be written in Cyrillic. So this is called Cyrillic fonts. So they use Cyrillic for creating a domain which looks like Latin, but actually it is not Latin. So so be careful. So the whole point here is when you get a link on Instagram or anywhere, Amazon link, when you click on that link, page should not open. App should open. If the app opens, then you can be sure that, okay, so this is the real one. Otherwise, be assured that it is fake. So, because my guru, Sanjay Sahai sir, who is the ADGP, just retired a few months ago. He keeps telling, Anand, hacking is the new normal. So it is not something different now. It is not something foreign. It is the new normal now. So we have to be very, very safe, and we have to take care. So coming to the eighth one. Now, I told you, don't take photos outside your house, okay? Because even if the GPS tags are not there, I can still find out where it was clicked. Now look at this photo. The tower, it looks to me like the leaning tower of Pisa, isn't it? If I had the GPS, probably I could have told you exactly if it is yes or no. But now I don't have the GPS. So all I need to do is I need to open this photo on Google Lens. Okay, so Google Lens, reverse image search, absolutely Karthik. Reverse image search or Google Lens. Open it on Google Lens and it tells you exactly what it is. So it's a kite tower. So kite tower is a tower which is not the leaning tower. So you need to understand that. Now, somebody has your photo and your location background. So he can do a reverse image search, like how Karthik has said, or he can use a Google Lens. He can use various tools and try to find out where exactly it was clicked. Be careful. So coming to the ninth one. So ninth one is this new scratch card fraud. Many are getting messages on WhatsApp telling that you have won a scratch card, click on the link and get, and when you click on that link, probably you get something like that Google Pay scratch cards, and you scratch, you get 18.99, and then they tell we are going to put that 18.99 rupees to your Paytm or Google Pay, and then they'll ask you to scan a QR code, or they may not ask you to scan also. Somehow that thing opens and 25,000 rupees. That is how they give that you're 1899, you have won 25,000, different messages. And when you scan those QR codes, remember, anytime if you are going to receive money, it would never ask for the UPI. I repeat, if you're going to receive money, it will never ask for the UPI code. But only if you're going to send money, it asks for the UPI. Here, what happens is the fraudster will be actually requesting money by telling you that you have won the money, and it'll ask for your UPI, and the only thing that you get is a negative balance. So be very careful. Now, these QR codes are also there on boarding passes also, isn't it? So when you travel, if you throw your boarding pass somewhere, somebody can just scan it by using this app called as Read My BOP and get all the details about you, all the details. This is also another method of OSINT, open source intelligence, where you're gaining inputs from dumpster diving. I told you, from the dustbin, you get all the information. You can take information. If it is shredded, you can unshred. If it is a boarding pass, you can get the details about that person. So be very careful with your boarding pass. Make sure that you shred it properly and put it in different places. Okay, I'm talking about the dustbins because we need to keep our Bharat Swachh, isn't it? Take it. So coming to the 10th one. Before that, are you enjoying the session? If yes, put yes. If no, put no. Take it. Thank you very much. Okay, now coming to the 10th one. So the 10th one is, many of you have these credit cards. How many of you have these credit cards with the Wi-Fi symbol in it? How many of you have? Put I have. How many of you have? Okay, many have. But do you know that up to 2,000 rupees transaction anybody can do of your credit card without your PIN? Isn't it so? So if you keep your credit cards in your regular wallets, very easily anybody can take the money. So you have to be very careful and make sure that you go to Amazon and you order this credit card and debit card Wi-Fi. Yes, RFID blocking wallets. So now look at this. This is my wallet, which is a RFID blocking wallet. So I put my cards. These are my cards, and it is in this wallet. So what happens is, even if somebody gets the credit card reader near this, he or she will not be able to access anything because it is blocked. So make sure that you use these RFID blockers. Otherwise, you're going to lose 2,000 rupees, and you would not even know. If you don't have your phone with you, you wouldn't even know because the OTP comes to the phone and you would not know that it has come. So be careful. Coming to the 11th one. So 11th one is during COVID, many of them have got these messages telling that you have come in contact with a person who is COVID positive. Click on the link and fill the details. And anybody gets that message, gets the shock of their life, and they're going to click on the link, they're going to enter the message. By the time they enter the message, by drive-by downloads, some malware would have got installed, and their entire mobile phone control goes to the hacker. Be careful. Never ever click on such links. If you want to click also, copy the link, open it on a website, check if it is a genuine link, and then you open it. Which is that website I told you? Which is the website to check if a link is a fake? Absolutely. Cyril Joseph G, Virus Total. Pratik, yes, perfect, perfect. It's virustotal.com. So, because such types of attacks can happen by smishing, by sending an SMS, wishing, by making a call, or phishing, that is by email. So, smishing, wishing, phishing. So, these are the three ways. Because 32% of the data breaches involve phishing. Please understand, 32% involves data breaches. So, 12th one. The other day, this boys' locker room was one Instagram profile which was created by some boys for high school, and all they were doing was put photos of girls of their class and other random girls and comment very in a very disgusting way, below the belt type of comments. So this is what used to happen. So we have to be very careful when we are uploading photos. Make sure that your profile is properly protected, because I told you, you have to do a Google search of yourself, which is called as the reconnaissance. I repeat, it's called reconnaissance, where you're trying to gain information about somebody else. But self-reconnaissance, where you try to gain information about yourself, there on the internet. So reconnaissance, I request you to do, because I told you the other day, the guy was doing the video chat with that girl, and unfortunately, she posted his videos on YouTube. Now, she knew his name. She knew who his friends were. She knew his mobile number. So on the YouTube video, she had put his mobile number and his name and things like that. So when he did a reconnaissance, he found out, oh my God, my video is there on YouTube. Okay. I hope such a thing does not happen with people watching this webinar. But before that, please try and check, okay, on Google, try your names, try your mobile number, and you'll try to figure out. And most importantly, on Facebook, make sure that your friends are private. Nobody should get to see who your friends are, because the minute they get to see who your friends are, it is easy for them to create a fake profile and send requests to them and ask for money, or try to cheat people, try to do a lot many things. So make sure that all friends in your profile are private. So how do you do this? Go to Facebook, go to settings, privacy settings and tools, and make everything as what? Private. Don't keep it everyone. Don't keep it public. Keep it private. And don't keep it friends also. Keep it private. Because the other day there was a guy whose house was robbed. The robber had come and he had stolen. And when the police came and caught him, he was sitting in that same house, relaxing, drinking beer, eating chips and watching TV. And that time when the cops asked him, how the hell did you rob this house and how did you stay there for 2 more days? He said, sir, on that person's Facebook page, he had put, next 5 days, I'm going to Goa. So I knew that he won't be coming back before 5 days. Therefore, I robbed his house on the 2nd day. And the 3rd day I was relaxing, but I didn't know that his boss called him early. So he came back, and that is how I got caught, sir. So this is how it is. Don't put all your information on Facebook. Visited this hotel, went to this movie, went to this place, went to Sultan Batteri, went to Tanir Bavi. All these, no, not required, because you are in fact giving lots of Pilikula. Ramananda sir, absolutely right. Pilikula and Forest Park. That is where all these youngsters like to go these days. Okay. So tips for avoiding social engineering is limit public information, be skeptical, trust but verify, call them back if you get a call or a message from anybody, call them back whether it is actually them or not, and never share your passwords on the phone. So my question for all of you now is, which was the first programmable electronic general purpose digital computer in the world? First one. Let's give a prize to the winner. First programmable electronic ENIAC. Oh, good. Superb. So, Kamath sir, please text me after the workshop. You are right. It was weighing 50,000 kilo. My God. Okay, 50 tons it was, the ENIAC, and 18,000 vacuum tubes, So now if I tell Kamath sir, you have won the prize and your prize is this outdated computer, would you be happy? You tell, no, sir, thank you very much. You keep the prize to yourself. I know that. Now, when we like to have the newest of the hardware, why don't we want to update our operating system, update our apps? Every time you get on your phone a message telling that new updates available, we do postpone, we do later. Because you should understand that when the company understands that there are loopholes in their operating system or application, what they do is they the loopholes by updates. So anytime you get an update, you need to make sure that your system immediately downloads the update and updates that particular, so that you are staying safe and protected. So the 14th one is fake news. A lot of fake news these days is a new generation crime. The other day, there was a lockdown, and somebody had put a message saying that lockdown extended by 3 more days. People actually believed it was fake news. So my request is, please go to this website called snopes.com and check whether the message that you've got is authentic or not. You can also visit PIB, Press Information Bureau of India, where they have a very good fact-checking website to help you understand whether it is real or fake. Coming to the 15th one, the last one. We have a lot of apps on our phones, a lot of them, isn't it so? A lot of apps are there, but we are wasting a lot of time on these apps, because the more you are using apps, it is easier for them to try to hack into you, because you're online. It's easier because most of the apps that you download, you're not verifying them. So the first thing that you need to do is, before downloading any app, check these 5 things. One, who is the developer? Second, which is the country of origin? Third, how many downloads have happened? Fourth, what is the rating for the app? How many stars? Fifth, what is the feedback? So these are the 5 things that you need to check in order to, before you download an app, because you never know. It can be from Pakistan, it can be from China, it can be from anywhere, it can be spoofing on you. So be careful. And if you feel that you're wasting a lot of time online, install anti-social, onward, quality time, or off time, which can tell you how much you need to use and how much not. Play Protect. See, you, Kaushik ji, Google Play, I really don't appreciate. Anybody can upload any app they want. But iPhones, that way, they are very good, because their app stores are very secure and it's not easy to put. That is why not many of fake apps in iPhones, yeah, they're not secure basically. They are very much strict when it comes to what should go and what should not go. So that same thing, if Google had done, probably they would also been like iPhone, but unfortunately they're not done. Okay. So, and also, especially for the girls, I see many of the girls using these apps for period prediction and calendar and things like that. Daily notes. They write all their personal diary on their phones, and the guy who has done the app, he gets the details, and he'll tomorrow blackmail you, telling that I have read your online diary. Or the minute you miss out on your date, probably they know that something is wrong with you. So probably, see, be careful. Don't put your personal health information online, which can be used against you. You have to be very, very careful. So be vigilant while browsing websites. Flag and report suspicious emails. Never click on unfamiliar links or ads. Use a VPN wherever possible. Ensure the websites that you're using, it's safe, because you're going to enter your credentials. It has to be a HTTPS website. And keep an antivirus updated, and use strong password, 14 plus characters, uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. I repeat, uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols, 14 plus. And these days, most of you are getting the neck and neck problem, where you know that your neck is 4 kilo if it is at 0 degree, but the more you bend, the more strain falls. So if you bend up to 60 degree, it can be about 27 kilo of strain. That is why many of you are becoming patients with spondylitis. So be careful. Try to see the digital device as far as possible at a 0 degree inclination. And every 20 minutes that you are watching the screen, see 20 seconds the other side, for which is about 20 feet away. So every 20 minutes, see 20 feet away for 20 seconds. So this way you can protect your eyes. I started the lecture at 2:30, now it is 3:50. So how many times 20 minutes are done? Nobody saw. Neither did I, neither did you. But we should have made sure that we see every 20 minutes, 20 seconds, 20 feet. well. So I've come to the end of the presentation. So if you have any questions, you can ask. If I know the answer, I will answer. If I don't know, I'll Google. Okay. So, but before that, I told you from landline hacking to crypto jacking. So crypto jacking, nobody asked me what it is. So crypto jacking is basically bitcoins. You must have heard of bitcoins. So the transactions of bitcoins are verified by Bitcoin miners, and for verifying this, a lot of computing process is required. Computing performance is required. Now, how do they get this computing performance? From your computer. So they're going to hack into your systems and use your processor to mine, and they're going to earn a lot of money. So this is called crypto jacking. I'm telling you in very simple terms, but what is the problem with this? The problem with this is you will get more electricity bill and you will feel that your system is slow because all your resources are getting used, not for yourself, but it is getting used for mining somebody's bitcoins. So anyways, make sure that at night you don't watch with the dark light, the blue light. Always try to wear a specs which has got the blue lens, blue cover. It's called the blue light lens, which will protect you from the harmful blue lights that comes from the screen. And this is my contact number, my email, my Facebook. I would request all of you to please like my page on Facebook so that we can stay connected. Don't call me. I don't attend calls, but WhatsApp, absolutely yes. I'll respond to any message that I get. So you can WhatsApp me, you can email me, or you can Facebook. All right. So thank you very, very much for all of you. And Jai Hind. If you like the workshop, please put Jai Hind. And after that, we can go for the question and answer for the next 10 minutes.
Thank you, Anand sir. It was a wonderful session. And I'm Dr. Ramananda HS. And really, I like, and as I said, it was a little bit scary also because we were not aware of all these things. But it is a good information. Even our students, we told our first year students also, because the first year students are now they started using the mobile phones, and they do not know, maybe they were vulnerable to this type of things. So I think this is going to help everyone a lot. And this video will be recorded and we will put it on in our St. Joseph website also, so that anybody who missed any part of this session, they can re-watch and get the information. Now it is time for question and answer. If any question is there, please post in the chat box. I think sir also can read, and if anything is missing, I will read from my side.
Yes.
Okay.
So we've got some questions here. Thank you very much for the questions, and thank you very much, Dr. Ramanand sir, for the motivation, because people like you help me to keep going. So I always seek your blessing, your best wishes. Thank you, sir. So now let's go to the questions. There are a few questions. Let me just go scroll a little back. Okay. So which antivirus do you suggest? As of now, no company has come forward to pay me for recommending their antivirus. So I'm not endorsing anyone. But if you ask me, I think McAfee or Norton, Avast, and ESET.32 are good. We can use them. But I use Windows Defender. Okay. So, sir, won't VPN, using VPN make it easier for hackers? Don't use VPN. If you really want encryption, you use Tor, T-O-R. Okay, use Tor. Tor is better because VPN is, again, it's private most of the times. Some company owns it, so they may be able to access what data you are sending and receiving. But Tor, open source, so safer. Is Bitcoin transaction safe? So far, yes, of course. They've also been hacked. Not that they are not hacked, but it's difficult to hack them because they use a technology which is called as the distributed ledger. So with a distributed ledger, it's not very easy to make changes in all the different transactions. So quite safe. Okay. some top tech YouTubers are telling not to download antivirus. Probably they didn't get money maybe for that, but please, yes, maybe they're right, because downloading antivirus is dangerous if it is a free antivirus, because they will attract more virus just to make you see alert messages telling your system is getting attacked, new virus has come, this and that. But if it is a paid antivirus, it is nice, it is good. Okay, so
Sir, just one question.
yes, please.
Ramanand here. In our college, for our St. Joseph organization, particular email itself, we have got some emails saying that I am in little bit problems. Can you send money? Or you just email me back so that I will tell my problem and you have to help me. It has come from the authorities of our college. Just it is a fake email actually, but it has come to our SJC account itself. How it has happened, and is there any effect? We have not got any bad effect from that, but most of we got that one, sir, that type of email. So can you tell me some consequence of this type of email?
Yeah, sir, this is possible because the type of a method by which it can be done is called a spoofing. So email spoofing, wherein I can make an email look like it has been sent from you. So by spoofing your name, spoofing your email ID, it is possible, it is happening. So it is just like a fake profile, how it is created. These fake mails are sent and it is sent across to people. It is happening. Many are falling prey to it. I said yesterday, even Suzanne Roshan fell prey to it and her Instagram got hacked. So I'm glad, Sir Ramanand sir, that you've done this workshop, because now people know you have to be aware and not just blindly believe the email you get. The awareness is only the key, number one. And number two is, whenever such spoofed mails come, Google will usually send one alert message telling that this email looks suspicious, be careful. So whenever such suspicious warnings, take it seriously.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So I think there are much more questions, but what we will do is, sir, if people can just email across it to me, I would be very happy to answer it across, or probably they can just WhatsApp it to me.
Fine. I think already you have noted the sir's email address and WhatsApp number.
I'll just type it once again,
Okay.
And, this is not for people to hack it, okay? So any books and certifications. So there is a free certification that is available on cybersafegirl.com. I request you to please go to the website, take the certification before this month. It is free. After that, you can do this course called CEH, that is Certified Ethical Hacker. Pretty expensive, but fantastic course to do. Or you can also visit Udemy and Coursera, and you can Coursera, sorry. Okay, and you can get a lot of inputs, number one. And number two is very important, which I want to tell all of you. There is this program called as Micro Masters, okay? Especially for the engineering students, it's called as a Micro Masters. You can do a Micro Masters program from edX. It is about 75,000 bucks. You do the Micro Masters program, you get one semester lesser when you are going for a master's degree in that particular college in the US or some other country. So it is a very good way in case if you're serious about having a master's degree in cybersecurity, there are Micro Masters programs. You can do it from edX, and it's good.
Thank you, sir. If there are no questions, we will end the session. I request Pratibha madam, you can continue.
Yes, sir. A very good evening to one and all. It's my privilege to propose the oath of thanks on this special occasion. At the outset, we are grateful to our resource person, Dr. Anand Prabhuji, for enlightening our knowledge on new generation cyber crimes and to create awareness on the cyber crimes, which is the need of the present scenario. On behalf of APC, I express my sincere gratitude to you, sir. Thank you so much for such an informative session. My heartfelt thanks to the management for giving us an opportunity to organize this webinar. Also, I thank our HOD, Dr. Ramananda HS, and all my dear colleagues for your cooperation in making this webinar successful. I wholeheartedly thank Mr. Jitesh sir, Ms. Jacinta ma'am, and the entire press and media team for helping us with the logistics of the webinar. Finally, a big thanks to all the attendees for your active participation. Thank you one and all. Have a pleasant evening. See, feedback link is posted in the chat box. If you have any discrepancy, please, my email ID is given there. You can contact me to my email ID, so I'll revert back to you. Thank you one and all.